much. And the priest said, "Stop, child." He took us his hand, he put on my head, and he says, "Child, the war is not going to be forever. Someday, your loved ones going to come back to you, and you'll be together with them." What was I thinking? I figure he recognized me that I'm Jewish. And he continued and he says, "After the prayers, I want to see you in my quarters." I had to make a decision in my mind to go to the priest or not to go. I was afraid maybe he's going to bring some Germans and he's going to give me out. And then I figured, hey, I'm anyway 80-90% dead. So I live a little longer, I take a chance and I go. And this was a good chance. I tell you that this priest was my guardian angel. How? Very simple. He told me, "You stay with me here for a week or two. I'm gonna," and he did. Put it this way. He made me a false birth certificate on paper. And my name wasn't anymore Isaac Hirsch on this paper. It was Bronislaw Porczynski. The Polacks, everything is with a ski. You're really a Polak. And I'm coming out from Dolny Śląsk, from the east side of Poland, where the Germans came in and killed parents and children. In a whole story he gave me, and he said, "You be here with us, and I'm going to work out for you some things." And he did. He sent me to a village named Bronishev. And he says, "You go to the head of the village. He is going to help you." And I did. I came to this head of the village. He gave me, in Poland, at that time, especially during the war, if you came to a village and you wanted to sleep over at a family, you had to have a permission from the head of the village, a written permission. Bring it to the family that he sent you, and over there they would give you to sleep over at night. And I got a permission to a family named Frigres. I emphasize this name because I want to tell you that Frigres is a German name. I didn't know then. I found out later. I went to this place and there was a lady and her mother, and that's it. The owner of this house passed away. I found out later. And they had about 20 acres of land. They had 5 cows, 2 horses, a lot of chickens. And they fed me. And the lady asked me, "What's your name?" And I told her, and I took out my birth certificate. I showed her. I told her the story the priest told me to tell people if they ask. And I went to sleep over the night. I woke up in the morning. I came in for breakfast. The lady asked me, why you going to find your aunt? Maybe you're not going to find her in Gruyets. That was the story, to find my mom's sister. Why don't you stay with us? We need help here. Would you like to? I cannot pay you, but I'm going to give you clothes and I gave you food. I said, all right, I stay. To make the story short about staying in this place, there were 4 German families from the First World War. German men remain in Poland, marry 4 sisters in this village. And she was one of later on of the, I don't know, of a brother or of a son she married. He was half German, and they called them Volksdeutsches, half German and half Polish. She had 2 sons from her husband, one named Richard and one named Friedrich. And both of them worked in Gruyets in the SS Gestapo headquarters, in the office. I spent with those people 2 years, hiding my identity, living a normal life, going to church. We would go to Blendorf, a little town about 12 kilometers. It was a German chapel, and it was a big church. I would go to the Polish church, to the Christian. She would go to the chapel. And I lived as a Polish Christian boy. No Jewish people around. But in the back of my mind, I always had this feeling that someday I'm going to come back to Mogilnica as a Jewish boy, as a Jewish guy. And it took 2 years. In 1945, the Russians start coming to Poland, capturing Poland. The Germans start running away. The 2 boys of my boss, I call her Marisha, came home, and they told me together with Mom, you stay in the house here on the farm. We run away and we come back. They never came back. But the Russians captured the village. They came in. Where did they establish the headquarters? In my house. They came in, and here the Polish people, the neighbors, which I was Brunek, the religious boy Brunek, they start putting fingers on me and saying, he worked for the German. So the Russians, I worked for the Germans. They beat me up and throw me in the cellar from the house. You work for the Germans. I didn't know what to do. I was afraid to tell them, that I'm Jewish. I was afraid that they like Germans. They're going to kill me. So one day, I figured my uncle, my mother's brother, before the war, he ran away to Russia. Which, by the way, the same uncle came to Israel when I was there. But this is a story for itself. He ran away to Russia. If he ran away to Russia, he didn't go to Russia to get killed. So the Russian people must be good people. So one day I said to this lieutenant, tall guy, I said to him, and he spoke Polish. I said to him, you guys beating me up, and I just want to tell you that I'm a Jew. I'm Jewish. He looks, he's Jewish. There's no Jewish people. It took a couple hours. They took me out from this cellar. And he said to me, you say you're Jewish? And I told them I'm from Mogilnitsa. It's about 28 kilometers from Bronichev. I was born there. He said to me, listen, I'm Jewish, he says, myself, Russian Jew. He says, if you're Jewish, you can reveal your identity one way, that you're Jewish. He says, all the Jewish men in Europe was circumcised. Have to be circumcised. They had the Germans caught a lot of Jews in identity and find out that they're Jewish people and kill them because of the circumcision. He says, you drop your pants and you show us that you're Jewish. So I did. And would you believe that this lieutenant start hugging me? He says, you're a child, I want to take you to Russia. I don't have children. I'm married without children. I want to take you to Russia. No, you take me to Mogilnitsa. And I convinced him. He sent me to Mogilnitsa with a jeep, I remember. I came to Mogilnitsa, they were and went into the police. The chief of the police was my father's friend too. And he said to me, you're not the only Jew survived. There is here about 16 other Jewish people. They live here and here. He gave me the address. I went over. I met all those Jewish people that they survived. 2 of them came from Russia back to Mogilnitsa. And one woman I knew because Hannah, because I was a good friend with her 2 brothers. She survived concentration camp. 17 survived. But there was an organization in Poland before the war and after the war. They called themselves Armia Krajowa, AK. They were Jew haters, I call. They were afraid that the Jewish people came back and take back what the Germans gave to the Polish people. Houses, businesses, and so far. So, they warned us in 24 hours, if we don't leave, we're going to be finished. They're going to kill us. So everybody left. Now, I got to stop here because I just want to tell you, I left Poland to Israel in the end of 45. And I met this beautiful woman. And October the 10th was 63 years that I'm married to this woman. So thank you so much for listening. That's my part of the story. If they have questions, if you got time.
Yes, yeah, we've got a few minutes.
Questions.
Yeah.
You got time.
Okay. We have run over time by just a little bit, so we can field just a few questions for Isaac.
How did you get to Israel? We know that Riva went through Cyprus and had to go
Thank
through
you.
the blockade. How did you get there?
What is the question?
How did you get to Israel?
To Israel? Well, you know, right after the war, there were shlichim, they call them, from Israel, came, you know, to Poland, and they would gather together youngsters, special youngsters. And it was like a ken of lot of kids. They would support us, give us a place to stay, fed us, and did everything to send us to Israel. So right about 3 months after the war, I was in Austria in a city named Linz, near, and they called the place Bindemichel. We went from over there, about 50 children, on a ship. They took us to Hamburg, Germany, and we went, I remember the name of the ship was Champollion. And we went to France, from France, we went to Israel. So I lined up being in a kibbutz. And I had a good life, you know, in a kibbutz. That's how I went to Israel. Any other questions?
What was your wedding like?
What is it?
What was your wedding like?
Wedding.
Your wedding.
When was my wedding?
No, what was it like?
Hey, you young, 20 years old, you know, beautiful. It's still beautiful today.
All right, I think we have time for one last question.
What did you feel like whenever you lost your family members?
What's that?
What was it like to lose family members?
To,
Lose family.
it's no good for nobody. You know, I just want to, I lost a son here, 53 years old. It's no good. It's bad to lose family. The feeling is horrible. And I'm sure in the audience here, there are people that lost family and they're grieving. But, you know, God gives you, you know, years to continue. You just continue living. That's all you do.
And I think we have time for just one more.
Did you ever reconnect with that woman that you were with for 2 years?
Did you ever reconnect with the German woman in Poland?
No, by the way, the German woman, I heard while I was still in Poland, I heard that all those Volksdeutsch people, the German woman, and there were a couple others because they were family all together, they all were shot by partisans, by Polish partisans. They killed them. That's what I heard. But I never connect with. No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Okay.